Some of you guys have came up with some type of creative idea. You know, some of you guys have came up with whatever this idea is, and you could be wanting to turn this into an endeavor, or you could be wanting to turn this into some type of project or go after it. With this Knight of Pentacles being here, a lot of you guys are seeing where maybe this is something that takes resources. Maybe you have to take time to build whatever this is, or take time before you get it to where you want to get it to. But I'm definitely seeing something could be very sustainable. I'm literally seeing somebody build something up, or like start this creative idea, this creative endeavor, and you start off by very small, but in the future this is going to be something that could be worth a lot more money. Now, for an example, right, a house. You buy a house, you purchase the house for however much you purchase the house, right? You have the house value goes up in the market, so now the house is worth twice as much as it used to be worth, right? That's kind of this situation. Whatever this type of creative idea that you guys have, this is something that's going to be worth more money, or the value of this is going to be worth so much more in the future, okay? So that's what's going on here. For some of you, maybe you guys did this already, or maybe you did have some type of creative idea, and at one point in time people could have seen that maybe, you know, the progress was very slow for you at one point in time. Maybe something was very slow, you wasn't seeing that much results, or you was seeing results, but you got to take your time, and maybe you invested in this. Also, the Knight of Pentacles sometimes talk about a routine. So this is like you having to go to work, you still coming back working on your creative project, or, you have to go to school, but you're still coming home, making sure you put your effort and stuff into the things that you want, It's almost like somebody was doing something like that to now you guys are in this Knight of Pentacles. So if you did already have a creative idea and you have pursued that creative idea and it turned into some type of endeavor, people are looking at you shocked. People feel like you'd have made something out of nothing, because for some of you, this could be the energy that you're in. Some of you guys, you have already been in this energy where it's like, okay, people remember you when you first started off something, or they remembered when you first started doing something, and they looking at where you're at now compared to where you used to be, and they're shocked by how much progression or how much something has grown the way it did. They never seen something growing the way it has turned out. Some of you guys, this could even be what's going to happen, where maybe you started something off, other people are viewing it as small. They may be viewing this as, oh, that's gonna take a lot of time, or blah blah blah. They're going to be the individuals that have to see something grow rapidly for you. So whatever you're doing, continue doing it. A lot of guys, you just have people comparing you to where you used to be, comparing you where you are now. They're just shocked, like, wow, who knew that? I remember that was going so slow for Collective, and out of nowhere they here. It's almost like people just are like shocked by how far you guys have got. For some of y'all, not to get off track, but I'm looking at this Nine of Pentacles, and I don't know why, but the ladies, I guess it's a dress. It's like a coat dress or whatever, but it's like a dress, and it has like this big circle, and I don't know why, but the circle just kind of giving, like, how like they, like in the TV show, they make the circle and they hop through like the timeline. That's how people feel. It's almost like, dang, last time I checked on Collective, they was just starting off. They was putting money or effort into this. They was working on it, trying to get it off the ground. Now it's actually off the ground now. When all of this happened? So you have people kind of confused, because maybe the last time, whether this was them in your life, whether this is just the last time they spoke to you, something did not have as much progression as it does now. And you're just shocked, like, okay, you didn't look like you didn't jump through timelines. Others of you guys, this is what's happening, where it's almost like you guys are starting off something. Maybe it is coming in slow. Maybe, the progression is very slow, but small steps is steps, you know what I'm saying? Long as you moving, you're going to get results. If you stand there, you ain't going to get none at all. But long as you put in that effort in, you're going to get results. So this is what's about to go and happen. Some of you guys, something may look slow for you now, but in the future, it's going to have a lot of progression, to the point where you're going to have people side-eyeing you like, what? How did this expand like this? The last time I looked, it was small, or the last time I looked, and I'm getting Clifford, the big red dog. You know how Clifford was small, and then you turn your head and he keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. This is how people are looking at y'all. Y'all going through a Clifford effect. It's almost like, hold on. The last time I checked, you was here. Now you here? Whoa, a lot has changed. So that's what's going on here, a lot of you guys. So yeah. So So moving on, so continue sticking to whatever this is. Do not give up on this. Even if you see that something is coming in very slowly for you, progression is progression, and something's going to speed up for you guys. And this could be something that could be very long term. This could be something that could be very lucrative. Whatever this creative idea is that you guys are pursuing, this is something that's going to be a hit. Not it can be a hit, it's going to be a hit if you guys continue, okay? Moving on here, somebody wants to come back. Some of you guys, somebody could have thought that you were going to come back. Somebody know that you would have been reached out to them by now. You would have blown their phone up because the Two of Cups is in reverse. So somebody was going based off the bond that you had with them. So for an example, you and somebody had a very close bond with each other, whether this is a relationship, maybe this is a friendship, or just family. You and somebody had like a very, very close bond. They knew who you were. At least they thought. But anyways, Collective, this is like, oh, they'll be back. They'll be back texting me. They'll be back trying to fix the situation with me. And this is how this individual thought. But now this individual is sad because they're starting to realize you may not be coming back. Like somebody just now starting to, and a lot of you guys, you and somebody could have been broken up for months. For some of y'all, it could even been some years. Like somebody could have thought that you will always come back or you will come back, and you still haven't came back. Now they're getting worried. Now they're, and then with the Queen of Pentacles being here, for a lot of you guys, this is you and this Queen of Pentacles energies. So let's say you are not reaching out to this person, but they're still hearing stuff about you through other people, or they watching you on social media. They're like, okay, I'm thinking that Collective is going to come back and fix the situation with me, but I'm looking on social media, or I'm hearing through the grapevine, I'm hearing from other people like, oh yeah, Collective just purchased this. Oh, Collective got this going on. Oh, Collective looking like this. They looking at you. You done got your hair and nails done, or you looking very attractive, looking very beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You don't look like you done lost no sleep. You ain't lose no sleep. And they're just like, dang. The way that you're coming off on social media, or the things that they're hearing from other people, it doesn't match up to what they thought. They thought because you had a close bond, because you really care for them, or whatever the case may be, they thought that you would come back, or you would have been reached out to them by now. But no, they're having to hear about how good you're doing. They're having to hear about all the things that you're going after, the things that you are trying to have in your life now. And they're like, what? I'm over here thinking that they about to come back and hit me up, and I'm looking on social media and they done just got their new hairdo. They done just got their nails done. They talking about they stepping out. They out to eat, you know what I'm saying? Or people come back telling me, oh, Collective this, Collective that. So that's what's going on here. Somebody is starting to get sad because you guys are bursting their bubble. Somebody really thought that y'all were going to reach out to them, apologize to them. For some of you, if they broke the situation, they were expecting you to fix it. Well, how about that? Well, now they're looking crazy. So now somebody's starting to get sad, and they're starting to get on their emotions and their feelings, because they're starting to realize that, one, they did not value, because the Five of Cups is facing the Two of Cups in reverse. So somebody over here looking like, dang, we did have a close bond with each other. They did have my back. See, now somebody is valuing what you brought into their life, but before they had to value all of that, they really thought that you were going to come back. Crazy. The idea of you not coming back is scaring this person. The idea of you not even being interested in fixing something with them is scary, okay? So that's what's going on here. Moving on here. A lot of you guys, I'm getting bullied, okay? We got this. Some of you guys could have grown up in a harsh neighborhood. For some of you guys, if you did not grow up into a harsh neighborhood, then maybe you were in like a harsh environment. I'm just getting up with this Four of Wands in reverse. We got this Empress here. We got this King of Wands in reverse. And now I'm getting specifically an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. There is somebody that could have bullied you. And this is like somebody from your hometown. Or if it's not from your hometown, like I said, this was like a part of some type of environment. Like there was like an environment that probably wasn't the best environment. But you was there in that environment for whatever reason. You don't get to choose, or you wasn't able to choose, or you didn't have it. You had to deal with what you had at the time. I don't know what this environment was, but you do have a person where you have somebody that used to bully you that's looking at the version of you that you have became, and they're shocked. They're shocked because the Empress is here. Some of you guys are looking beautiful. Very, very, very beautiful, smart, intelligent, have a lot on your plate. Have a great personality, great sense of humor, very nurturing, very caring. You had somebody that used to bully you back in the day, and they're seeing what you look like now, the version of you that you became, and all I hear is, shit and done them. Yeah, I just put your number twos in the air if you. Hey, all these is my sons. And I ain't talking about N1. Okay, yes. Some of you, this person used to wear N1 shorts or N1, because the basketball shorts, I don't know if y'all, I'm pretty sure people still wear N1, but the shorts, maybe this person used to wear shorts like that. We got 1010. Oh, so you want to talk about mamas? Did y'all have a completion in your life? Because 1010, oh, okay, I see what's going on. You'd have some type of completion in your life. So you guys have accomplished something. You guys have reached some type of heights. And you literally got somebody from your past that maybe used to bully you. Look at that. 7 of Swords here. Yep, they went out of their way to backstab you, bully you. And didn't even have a reason for all of this. Right? They're looking at you and they're like, wow, this is the person that I used to bully back then. Wow, this is them today. Or wow, this is the person I used to pick on. And then for some of you, this could even be somebody that picked on you because of maybe the environment that you're in. When I say you grew up in a harsh environment, maybe that shows. So maybe you didn't have the nicest clothes as everybody. Maybe you didn't have certain stuff. Because for some of you, this could be somebody where you grew up in the same neighborhood as, but maybe y'all was from 2 different walks of life. You know, maybe this person was from more of a different walk of life than you were. This is like you be careful how you treat people because you never know who they may become. This is what this is giving. Look at that, the 9 of Swords. So you always had ambition. You always have a drive. You know, you guys are the type of person where you're very proactive. You don't wait for stuff to happen for you. Make it happen, okay? You don't wait for something to fall in your lap. You make sure you go get it and put it in your lap. You know what I'm saying? So this is somebody that's looking at you now, and they're looking at you as like the strength that you're showing, the strength that you're showcasing. It's having this person taken back. They're taken back by who you are today. Because this is somebody that knows they don't got nothing on you. Like, they don't got nothing on you. Like, the version of you, who you are today, like, yeah, they maybe bullied you in the past. Yeah, they probably used to tease you or do certain stuff in the past. But who you are today, they can't even sit next to you. Somebody's gag. Like, y'all have a bully. Like, a bully that has came across your social media. And this is definitely some type of fire signs that has came across your social media. And even then, you could be a fire sign. This could be another fire sign. You know what I'm saying? So, but yes, you have somebody where they're looking at you and they're just seeing the version of you. And it's like none of that stuff that they used to do can slide. And they know it. And a lot of you guys, you showing them up. You showing them up. All right. So we're going to end this here. This person is looking at the possessions that you own with the 7 of Cups. So they, you know, are looking at you. And they just looking at how you got so much going on for yourself. You know, maybe things that they used to ridicule you about and stuff like this. And then for some of y'all, this is not like I said, this could even be in an environment. So for some of you, this doesn't even have to be when you were younger. This could be when maybe you were older. Maybe you were older and maybe you used to have a person that used to go out of their way to do stuff. Because the King of Wands is the reverse. And maybe this person has some type of level of authority and they used to abuse their authority. And for some of y'all, I'm getting this specific. But maybe some of y'all, this could be somebody that had an authority. But for some of y'all, maybe this person had authority because of who their parents were. Or who they was to a person. So for an example, let's say you work at a job. They work at this job too. And their auntie is the supervisor, you know, or their brother is the supervisor. Yeah, they work there, but they know, like, this is somebody where it's like, okay, such and such work here, so I can get away with certain stuff. And this can be a situation where maybe they didn't have to do certain stuff. I'm trying to tell you, this is almost an energy where, like, somebody either was in the same environment as you when you grew up, and maybe y'all was from 2 different walks of life. So y'all went to the same school, but maybe your living situation was different from their living situation. Maybe you was in an unfortunate living situation. They was more in a more fortunate one. This could even be within, like, work for some of you guys, where, like, maybe this is, like I said, going back to that example, maybe like they had people, a friend that was in a higher position than them, and because they had that friend, they were able to kind of, you know, get off on doing certain stuff that maybe other people weren't able to do. But you do have a person where they just looking at you and they just like, wow, that is such and such. And then when this person look at you, they feel ashamed. They feel ashamed. They feel guilty because it's like, wow, that. And then some of y'all, they feel even paranoid. They're like, wow, that is such and such that I used to. I remember, they remember things that they used to do to you. Like somebody remembers vividly how they used to go out of their way to do certain stuff. whether it's just trying to pull ranking over you, doing certain stuff because they know that there won't be any retaliation because of who they're around. People know them, da-da-da. This is what this is giving here. And for some, I'm also getting where maybe you have to do something that they didn't have to do. So for an example, let's say everybody work at a job. You have to wash dishes, but they would never wash dishes. Even though they work there, you know, in the same position, they don't ever have to wash dishes because of the person that they're there with, whoever. But you don't get that privilege. You have to wash the dishes. That's just an example, right? This is this type of environment that you guys could have been in where maybe things just wasn't fair, you know? Things could have been injustice and stuff like that. I said injustice. So yeah, we're going to end this here, but you do have somebody where you showing them up now. Like, now if you wanted to, you low-key could pop your towards them. How they were treating you, you could treat them the same way. Now, a lot of you, this is somebody that's not in your environment here. But yeah, but it kind of reminded me of that video. Or like that girl, I can't remember what she was, like a roommate. Basically, she had like a mean roommate or something like this here. And the roommate that she had, that was like in school. And she went to like the head or whatever. And the roommate was the head's daughter or something like that. So she didn't do anything. She knew her daughter was HELLs on wheels and was treating that girl wrong. And she didn't do anything because it was her daughter. And you know, the girl basically had to accept the fact that she trying to go to get help whole time. That's the girl's daughter that's acting like that. And then years later, she came back and she was the owner of the building. And she walked in and the lady seen her. And she fired her on the spot. I don't know if y'all seen a video. It's like an old video. It was supposed to be like a educational video where it's like, be careful how you treat people because you never know who they become. This is this, literally. All right. So we're going to end this until next time. Bye.